Shiba Inu hits record high as Bitcoin eyes weekly price loss. So let's get right into the story on QDog. So the Shiba Inu or Sheeb, the self-proclaimed Dogecoin killer, tapped lifetime highs on Sunday as Bitcoin appeared on track to snap its 3-week winning streak. So the Shiba Inu coin traded at 0.00000455 at 11:20 UTC, topping the previous record price of 0.00000388 reached on May 10th, according to data source Mezari. So prices for the meme token have risen by nearly 50% in the past 24 hours, extending the month-to-date gain to almost 500%. So Sheeb's latest leg higher from 0.000270 comes amid rumors that online brokerage platform Robinhood may soon list the cryptocurrency, and prices surged over 200% in the month's first week on the back of increased buying by whales or large investors. So the Sheeb coin has picked up a strong bid 4 days after Bitcoin's move to a new record high of $66,975 on October 20th and points to an increased risk appetite in the cryptocurrency markets. The last Sheeb pump observed in early May also came after Bitcoin's ascent to its then record high of $64,888 reached on April 14th and had pundits warning of excessive speculation by retail investors and potential for market-wide correction. Bitcoin in the broader crypto market crashed hard in the latter half of that month. While SHIB has gone ballistic this month, Doge has gained just 27% and still trades well below its August high of 0.35. Doge hit a peak price of over 73 cents in early May, and Bitcoin, the top cryptocurrency by market value, has chalked up a 37% rally this month on increased evidence of inflation expectations that the recently launched futures-based exchange-traded funds would bring more mainstream money into the crypto market. So at the current price of $60,060, the cryptocurrency is nursing a 2.3% weekly loss. Should the decline hold through Sunday's UTC close, it would be Bitcoin's first weekly drop since the third week of September. And a failure to end the week above the previous peak price of $64,888 would imply temporary uptrend exhaustion and perhaps a deeper pullback. Feel free to give your thoughts. Now, the whole Shiba Inu situation is pretty interesting, right? Because it's kind of one of those things, which, by the way, feel free to give your thoughts about Shiba Inu or any other cryptocurrencies, right? But it's kind of one of those things where it could end up making or breaking people's net worth, right? Because a lot of people who necessarily get into the Shiba Inu coin and they end up following the hype, right, could end up doing something stupid like putting all of the money that they've ever saved into it. And by doing that, it's basically putting everything on a roulette wheel, right? You have very bad odds, but if it hits, you could have disgusting amounts of returns, right? We're talking about if you put $1,000, I believe, back in January into Shiba Inu, right? Which for some people could be literally all the money that they had in their bank account, could literally become millions and millions of dollars to the point where you could be financially set for the rest of your life, right? But let's say that you're someone who ended up buying at the peak of one of its peaks, right? And then ended up selling everything when it crashed, right? Because Shiba Inu has gone up and then down, up and then down, and up and then down, right? There's been a few pretty massive uptrends and then straight crashes soon after, right? But overall, it's been increasing. But again, if you're someone who reacts immediately to news or something based off investments or bets, you could end up losing everything that you've worked your life for, right? So anytime you get involved into these types of cryptocurrencies, just be careful and only put money in it that you are 100% willing to lose. Okay? So what I mean by this is, let's say that, you're debt free, you have an emergency fund, you're already putting money towards investments, right? So you have like a little bit extra cash lying around for like fun money, right? So instead of like going out to eat every weekend for a month, maybe you put that money towards like a cryptocurrency like the Shiba Inu. That makes perfect sense because you could live without that money, right? If it goes horribly wrong, you could live without that money. If it goes to the point where you put that like, eating out money into this and it ends up turning into like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, then that works out for you, right? But you always got to be careful with things that have a lot of volatility because a lot of people do not factor in the risk associated with it. But more than that, right? Even if it's not necessarily something that has like a risky side of it, there's a lot of people who react very emotionally to things that can completely destroy them, right? So, for example, if you're someone that if someone calls you a bad name and you react immediately badly to that, you should not be getting involved into things like this because it shows to you, right, to yourself, that you react emotionally to things. You react emotionally to stressors, meaning if you react immediately to someone calling you a bad name or someone like cutting you off in traffic, that means if something happens in the news cycle or in the markets that you see or a meme that you see, you could end up potentially just losing all of your net worth by you reacting emotionally to it, right? So this doesn't just have to be with like Shiba Inu. This could be like literally any stock. It could be, buying a car. It could be anything dealing with money on the line. If you're someone who reacts emotionally, be very, very careful with getting involved into things like this because yes, technically speaking, you could make a lot of money doing this, right? But depending on how you react, you could also lose probably everything that you have ever worked for, right? For example, this is the same thing that happened back in the day with BitConnect, right? A lot of people reacted emotionally to like, oh my God, there's no risk to this. You're just going to get like constant returns every single day, nonstop. And it was basically a Ponzi scheme, right? But people were so emotionally invested into it that they literally put mortgages on their homes and put that into BitConnect, which was just basically a Ponzi scheme, and they lost literally everything, right? And same thing with people ended up putting like mortgages on their homes to buy Bitcoin at its peak of like $17,000. Then it crashed all the way down, I believe, to like $2,000 or $3,000, and people ended up selling it because they were emotional, meaning they lost everything and they were still on hook for that mortgage that they took out. But then, guess what? Bitcoin ended up coming back up. They started to make more money if they had held on to it. But a lot of people did not hold on to it, and they were basically left holding nothing except for massive amounts of debt. So this is something that you really got to understand. Don't use margin for anything like this. Only use money that you're willing to risk. Only use money that you are 100% okay with losing. Don't react emotionally. If you truly believe in something like Shiba Inu, then buy and hold for long term. Don't just do it for like, oh, I'm going to buy it right now to try to make a quick flip right then, like in a week or so, and just pocket like a crazy amount of money. Because the thing is, you still got to pay taxes. So you also got to factor that in as well, right? Like, is it even worth to do like a quick flip if you still got to pay taxes? So just follow the simple principle of only risk money that you're willing to lose. Try to look more for long-term viewpoints. Do not react emotionally, and overall you can be pretty good. And who knows, maybe in like 5 years the Shiba Inu coin could be worth a crazy amount of money. You don't know. right? Or it could just literally be worth nothing, because there have been cryptocurrencies that have literally gone to the point where they actually are not even worth anything. So just keep that in mind, and we'll see in future episodes. But if you want to learn how to get out of debt so that you have extra cash available to you to put money into things like this, go check out 14box.com.